Hey, what's up, everybody? Hobo Mackie here again. Uh, whew. I'm in Naples, Florida. If you can tell, I am sweating like a pig. It's hot and it's humid. And I'm in my tent, mostly because there's mosquitoes outside. And they will bite you. And it sucks when you get bit by a mosquito. So I got into my tent. I got as much airflow as possible, and honestly, there is no airflow. There's no wind. It's just hot and humid with no wind right now, and I'm sweating like a pig. But that's okay. um, oh, I do have water. That's a good idea. Take some water and dab yourself with it. That's a good idea. Fuck yeah. Let's try that out. I'm kind of butt naked at the moment too. Like, I took off all my clothes because it's so fucking hot. So I'm trying to keep the camera up, Alright, get a little bit of water on the napkin. Whew. Wipe the sweat off. Keep yourself wet. Just to get through it. I could have stayed up at McDonald's. It was perfectly good AC up there. And actually, almost anywhere else is fine. It's this particular spot that I'm actually camped at. There's just no wind. I'm completely surrounded by vegetation. So all the vegetation makes it more humid. And I don't know, there's just no wind here for whatever reason. So it makes it a little bit hot, a little bit humid. But I've learned when I did lawn service out in North Carolina, and that hot and humid, you want to keep yourself wet. That's what sweat's all about, It's like natural AC. So I'm not gonna do this. It's not really that bad. I'm kind of probably overplaying it, to be honest. But ooh, nice cool beer. That's cold. That feels good. And that feels even better. Whew. Yeah. That's Florida for you. Hot and humid. It's December. And it's hot and humid. Well, you know what? I was here in January 2 years ago, and it was hot and humid too. So I don't think it matters what time of year. Well, when I was here 2 years ago, I was actually in the exact same spot, and it was hot and humid. So this particular spot is awful. I really think if I just go somewhere where there's some wind, it really alleviates all the heat and shit and whatever it is, the humidity. Like if I was on the beach, it'd probably be a lot better. It's pretty obvious. So, maybe I just need to change spots. Sometimes when you're camped out and for whatever reason it's not working out, literally you can move 100 yards and it could be better. Because there's been times where I was getting ate up by bugs or something, and then I move 100 yards and there's no bugs. So for whatever reason, in that particular spot can be bad. So sometimes just moving a little ways will make your situation a lot better. So that's just hobo tips, hobo tips. If you, when you camp and you don't have a place to stay, I don't have a motel room to go to. I have money. But, I prefer to endure, to live a little. I could sit in the motel and I could just waste away my entire life sitting in a motel completely comfortable. Or I can come out here and experience life and, deal with shit, Life ain't supposed to be easy. You're supposed to have to deal with shit. Which is what I'm dealing with. I'm not dealing with shit. I mean, it's actually fucking nothing. Of course, I'm a experienced hobo. And I'm used to dealing with all sorts of shit. You know, the more you do it, the more you learn. Experience is everything. I mean, I can't imagine if I was a kid or something and I was coming out, I had no idea, and you're getting ate up by bugs or something and you don't know what to do, you know. So life's all about experience, and sometimes it's about enduring and suffering until you get that experience and learn and improve your situation, you know. So anyway, it's been a great day, man. Just awesome, beautiful day. Like, I haven't really been hot and humid. Like, I've been riding my bicycle all day through the sun in the middle of the day. Now it's actually almost nighttime, and I'm just now being hot and humid. When I have my face in the wind, I'm riding my bicycle. You know, I can probably ride my bicycle all day long. I found me a nice little shade spot right, you know, on the mangrove swamps, and it was beautiful. Just watched the birds, and it's been a beautiful day. But, you know, now it's kind of that, maybe it's like that 30 minutes or an hour where it's not quite dark yet, and it's still fucking hot and humid from the day. Like, it's still, like, the sun's just now going down, so it's still fucking hot, and I'm in this tent, and I have to be because there's mosquitoes. You can see them. There's ants. But there's mosquitoes out here as well, and so you want to be in within the bug net, and get away from them. And I just happen to be naked just because, I mean, the more shit you wear, the hotter you're going to be. And plus you're going to stink up and sweat into your clothes. And you're better off not doing that. I'm going to have to do some laundry soon. For sure. So yeah, this is my tent. I have some paper towels for bathing. You know, I got soap. I got my shave, toothbrush, toothpaste. The only food I have is really these peanuts. Well, I got some oil, flour. That's for when I go camping. This is my fishing rod in this box. I got it from, you know, it's from Walmart. This box here is my rifle, my pellet gun. I haven't even opened it yet. I just assume it's good and it's there. I don't really need it yet. Oh, this is what I got here. Squeeze water filtration. So this is for when I go camping, and I'm hoping that the water isn't brackish. I think it's going to be fresh. And this is a Sawyer squeeze water filtration system. Basically, you just fill up a bag with water, then you squeeze it through the filter, and it should be pure, or it should be drinkable. These are Zoom bubblegum trick worms. This is one of my tricks. If you ever want real fishing hacks, real fishing tips, the pros will not teach you, or the people on TV will not teach you, this is one of them right here, folks. Zoom bubblegum trick worm. I've caught bass 10 pounds with these. And you can use them almost any which way. Almost, you never want to wait. You never want a weight, like any kind of weight. So you want the hook and the line and the worm. You can literally stick the hook through the middle of the worm. It's called wacky worm technique. Look it up. And that's how I've caught 10-pound bass, is off that wacky worm technique. You can also string it up like a normal Texas rig worm without the weight, and it'll kind of go across the top of the water like a snake. And I've hooked monster bass like that too. Also, my other trick, Zoom watermelon seed super flukes. These are the trick. These will catch, now, these won't catch big bass, I've learned. These will catch you tons of bass though. Tons of 1 pound, 2 pound bass, 3 pound. The bubblegum trick worms will catch the big ones. They'll catch all sorts of kinds. The big ones, the small ones. It's like the pink is like a bloodish kind of color, and for whatever reason, it's like a filet mignon in the water. So you just throw in that filet mignon in the water and just kind of twitch it with your rod. And like I'm gonna make some YouTube videos, and I'll catch some bass and some fish. Should be all sorts of great fishing out here in Florida. We got tarpon, we got snook, largemouth, all sorts of good fish. So I got my fishing line. I got some pellets for my pellet gun, which is right here. So that I can catch some game with that, some squirrels, some rabbits, whatever. Some paracord. I'm gonna use the paracord because I'm gonna have to tie everything off to my bicycle when I go out there. And hooks, weights, and I got me a cheap cast iron pan skillet. Ozark Trail. It was like $5 or $6 for this thing. Very cheap. It's very heavy. You know, but you almost have to have something heavy to cook with. Otherwise, you're gonna ruin all. You know, you can't fry in a thin ass pan. It's gonna stick. The food's gonna stick. And if you use non-stick pans, they're gonna scratch or whatever. It's problems with non-stick. The only good pan there is a nice thick carbon steel pan or cast iron. It's the only way to do it. Or maybe a thick stainless steel would work too. Yeah, so thick stainless steel, but those are really expensive. For $5, this is much more functional, and it'll do the trick. So I got the oil, I got flour, and I'll be able to fry up some fish in this when I catch them. And I got my water because I'm gonna have my filter. And if it doesn't work, I shouldn't be too far from civilization, and I just come back to civilization and then rethink my plan, basically. I got Gold Bond powders because it's hot and humid out here, and you want to keep your crotch dry, you know, because your crotch gets hot and humid and sticky, especially you can't wash it all the time, which I actually do wash it all the time, but you have to keep that healthy because you know, there's fungus and bacteria. You got to keep it dry, keep it clean, or you'll have health problems. Okay. Got my sleeping bags in the corner over here. It does get cold to where I have to use both of these sleeping bags. There's two of them here. I got my down one, and then I have my polyester one. So camp. That's how I camp out. You know, I got this cheap. It's only a $25 tent. You can buy these at Walmart almost anywhere you go. $25, and I've weathered storms in these things, like pouring down, lightning cracking down, miniature tornadoes ripping through, and I'm literally holding, like I'm sitting just like I am now, Indian style, tornadoes ripping through, and I'm holding the sides. My tents are like collapsing into me, and I'm holding the sides out, pouring down rain, lightning cracking down, thunder cracking down. That was last year, and I was actually in Point Siena, Florida. But hey, you know, that kind of experience puts some hairs on your chest, you know? No big deal. And if I knew a storm was coming right now, I might avoid it. You know, I probably would. I'll probably find me a room, see if there's a Motel 6 somewhere, say fuck it. You know, it's not really worth it to risk it like that. But there's not any storms coming. Everything looks nice and clear. It's just mildly hot and humid, and that's it. So got a little peanut butter. It's a good little. It's the one thing I don't have to cook, and it has a lot of calories for the weight, so I could survive on this peanut butter for a long time. You know, I got all that for when I go camping. Right now I'm in town, so there's McDonald's right across the street. So I don't need any of this right now, you know, but I'm getting everything put together. I'm literally only waiting on my fishing reel. The fishing reel is a Daiwa Gold Cast. one of these push button ones that you just fling out. It's real simple, but it's their like most high end.